there's a lot of people in the United States right now that are going hungry. Right? And that's evident by the food lines that you see at churches, that by food banks that are putting out articles saying, yeah, we're running out of money. We're not going to have enough money to feed people this year. But the United States government still has $33 billion to send overseas. How much does the government really care about you? Hello, YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Another beautiful day, so I thought we'd have another talk today. And this is very serious, ladies and gentlemen. I think that most people here in the United States don't understand how bad this food shortage crisis we are heading into is going to be. And let me explain to you where I'm coming from. I still stand by what I've said in the past, that our food shortage crisis will be a result of people not affording the food. I was watching Southern Prepper One, right? Southern Prepper One the other day, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago, I think. And he was showing how the chicken that they sell at Walmart, I think he said he buys it by the case, that it went up in price, like from 1 week to another.
It just went up to $35.30. That is a $15.33 per case price for 12 cans. That comes out to be 76.7651. So let's just round it up to 77%. 77%.
So here in the United States, you're going to have to prepare now if you want to be able to sustain your standard of living tomorrow. And in a way, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be really bad. And the reason I'm saying that is this, is because when people that are struggling right now to keep food on the table, right? When they are priced out of the food market, which I've been talking about for a while, people that are hungry do bad things, especially if it's people that have children that are hungry. They will turn into people that they've never been before. They will do things that they never thought that they would do before. They will smack someone over the head with a club if it means feeding their children. So crime is going to go up. It's going to go up as the price of food goes up as well. I've read this statistics to you before, and it is said, and it's been studied, that once a person or a family has to spend 40% or more of their income to feed their families, that they start rioting. They start protesting, protests turn into riots, and things get really ugly. Why am I saying this? Because you still have time to protect yourselves. Yes, a can of chicken in my area, I haven't been to the store in a while. I'll probably take a trip there sometime today. But in my area, the chicken, for example, at Costco's went from $9.99 or $10.78 to $15.99. But it's still affordable, okay? Take a look at those things that you eat today, those things that you use today. It doesn't only have to be food. It's going to happen with everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the destruction of the dollar, all right, the destruction of any currency, any national currency that you use means that you're going to get a lot less for your labor, all right? This is what is really being destroyed. It is the value of your labor that is being destroyed. Meaning what? Right? So you're spending more on food and more on the things that you just need to live. You're spending less on other things, on going out to eat, let's say, for example. You're going to see a whole bunch of restaurants go out of business. Why? Because people can't afford to go to restaurants anymore. That's what's going to happen here in the United States. There may not be necessarily a physical food shortage in the short term. I think in the long term, there will be. So in the short term, there may not be necessarily a physical food shortage, but you're going to pay a lot more for the food that you already eat. So why are you not stocking up on that food that you already eat? That's the question. That's the question you have to ask yourself. All right, I already know my answer. I am stocking up on those things that my family consumes on a regular basis because I know they're just going to keep going up in price. I like to call it dollar cost averaging. All right, you dollar cost average into your foods, just like someone who buys precious metals, dollar cost averages into precious metals, or someone who maybe, I don't know why you would, but anyways, it's just my opinion, just like someone who dollar cost averages into stocks and bonds into their 401ks. They just let the money come out of their paycheck and put it in there no matter what price the stock is. They dollar cost average over time, hoping that over time these investments will gain value, right? Gain nominal value. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now with food stuff, especially food stuff. There's so many other things that you can be dollar cost averaging in that are within the preparedness realm, right, ladies and gentlemen, like water filtration systems, all right, self-defense, medical. But the objective is to make sure that you can use those other preps that you get because you are healthy enough, because you have the food that you need to actually operate, to actually stand up instead of just existing. So ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying here is that we still have a little bit of time, but things are going to get worse than we've ever experienced here in these United States. And those of you that think that I'm fear-mongering, trying to tell people to go out there and stock up for when this happens, because it will happen. It's mathematics. And you want me to tell you what the real scary part is? The scary part is that this doesn't happen. That's the scary part, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you why. Because if this doesn't happen, it's because the government went ahead and switched us over to a new financial system, which is the one that they've been planning for a long time in order to enslave us more than what we already are. And what is that? That's the CBDC, centrally banked digital currency, where the government will be able to demonetize your life if they want to, just by pushing a button. They'll be able to demonetize your life if they don't like who you vote for. They'll be able to demonetize you if they think you're driving too much because you're buying too much gasoline. They'll be able to demonetize you if they think that you're eating too much meat. So what I say is this: we are going to be going through pain. We are going to be going through some serious pain. But those of you that listen, those of you that go out and do your own research, you won't have to go through as much pain as most people will. Most people that are still living within a normalcy bias type of a life, because they think everything's going to be all right because the government's going to take care of them. They're going to save them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know by now that government's not on your side, I mean, let me ask you a question. There's a lot of people in the United States right now that are going hungry. Right? And that's evident by the food lines that you see at churches, that by food banks that are putting out articles saying, yeah, we're running out of money. We're not going to have enough money to feed people this year. Right? It's evident by all that. But the United States government still has $33 billion to send overseas. Now ask your question. How much does the government really care about you? And how much faith do you have that the government will be there to save you when your children's bellies are empty?
Oh, Shenandoah.